welcome back. I know I initially said last time that I will be talking about something less serious. But unfortunately, my stupid brain decided, no, you're gonna be serious again. And it's annoying, but that's sometimes how it shakes out. So, yeah. And last time I talked about politics, how politics reflect on our society. This time I'm gonna talk about how our society reflects on our society. Very interesting change, I know. But I want to talk about, and this is going to be a bit of a tiny bit of a deeper topic, I don't know. And as I probably should have said this last video, take it with a grain of salt, I'm like a teenager. I haven't lived throughout the world. There's a good chance that, as I experience more things, I'll get a different view on things. That's how life works, that's how life goes. But I would like to talk about how our society is kinda... Obviously, I haven't done enough research on past societies, and I actually looked up Aristotle quotes. And it seems that I forgot about this, and it seems that Aristotle actually tended to agree with our current society, but I want to talk about, the fact that in our society, it feels like everyone only lives for himself. And that sounds like a stupid observation, I am well aware, and I specifically want to talk about younger Western society, not because this is a bit different in Eastern society, and in Eastern society, in the older Eastern society, where, family is incentivized, and the good of the community is incentivized, and all of that. But, it has its own set of problems. I would say it's incentivized a bit too much. But what I would I just want to talk about how, right now, our society just tends to focus in on who you are, how you should live for yourself. Like I said, that sounds really stupid. Because of course you want to live for yourself. Who else are you supposed to live for? To some degree, I agree. If you are in a situation, usually, I think a lot of times you do. Living for yourself is pretty important. And I forgot to do something about the camera LED. Fantastic. But, yeah. In a lot of situations, I do think that living for yourself does have some benefits, but also, we're not living for anything. We are just living for ourselves. That's bad. That is really bad. Maybe you won't listen to me. I fully understand if you don't. Think about it. What benefit to anyone does just living for yourself have? I'm about to lose this game. But, yeah, what benefit does it have to people, to society at large, to anyone, if you just live your life living solely for yourself? Not living for anyone else, not taking into account anyone else, not sacrificing anything for other people. Because, yes, take care of yourself, but also take care of others. And that's something that I feel like we're missing. We looked at the past and how the past leaned too hard on living for others, and we overcorrected. It's like if you have a business, right, and you are noticing that the business isn't selling, you aren't shifting product like you used to, And you realize that it's because you don't have a social media presence. Your, like, stuff isn't getting out to the younger generation. So, how do you deal with that? Easy. Just use the slang from the younger generation. Just fully go in on marketing to them. But then you lose your core client base in your site for a new client base. And that new client base is still important, but so is your old one. And the new client base doesn't even like it because you're just going in for the superficial thing of what the younger generation wants. You're just saying, yo guys, check out our new product, it has Riz. Nobody likes it. Nobody on the face of planet Earth likes it whenever McDonald's tells you to get their new Riz burger. Or whatever the heck the company is pushing, right? It's not gonna push sales, it's gonna make you a laughingstock. And I feel like that sort of thing is what has happened to us. Because here, right now, like I said, nobody sacrifices anything for anyone. Which results in a quite simple problem of, well, nobody's actually, like, caring and spending time to actually get to know people and help them. And that's so important for, like, bonding and not feeling alone. The times that I have felt the most connected in my life are when I'm helping people. And I will admit, I don't help people as much as I should. I don't, like, assist people. But the times I feel the most fulfilled, like, at my job, are when I'm doing all of this stuff by myself. It's when I'm getting the cups for the people making drinks, right? It's when I'm helping the people who are busy at cash register get out, like, DoorDash orders. As you can tell, I work in fast food. You know? It's stuff like that. Oh crap, I need to work on my defense and not merchantmen. But, yeah. And that fulfillment is something I think everyone in my generation, I would say even the generations above, are looking for, and we aren't finding it because we are being told, oh yeah, just, you know, just live for yourself. Just, you know, live for your own pleasure, for your, wow. Just live for your own advantage. And like I said, nothing is necessarily wrong about doing that. There's nothing necessarily wrong about living and, like, whenever you are given a choice as to say what video game you want to play, there's nothing wrong in saying to your friends, hey, actually, I don't want to play, you know, Marvel Rivals today, or whatever it is that your friend group plays. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start only playing Marvel Rivals, and you only hop on whenever you only hop on when your friends aren't playing Marvel Rivals and are playing something different, that's when you lose things. That is when all of the ideas and all, like, that's when things start falling apart. And I'm partially saying this because I feel like our society at the moment could benefit hugely from just accepting that sort of thing, right? Also, because I feel like individuals would benefit from doing that. Everyone would benefit if we took a step back. To quote a song that, you know, I hear my mom plays in the car, like, we need to look past, like, we need to look past the front of our own eyelids, right? And that is what we are missing. That ability to look at others as someone just as important as us, someone just as worthy of our time as us. The ability to acknowledge that. That is what we are missing. And ultimately, I don't have too much more to say on the topic. Like, I looked up an Aristotle quote, and it said that the chief joy of man is happiness, not, like, and the context was, like, happiness, not pleasure. And I don't know if I fully agree with that, but, you know, ultimately, that comes down more to religion. And I should also say that I'm not pushing for, like, utilitarianism. Utilitarianism, I do not like it. It reduces our lives down to what good can we do for the collective? What good can we do to all of this? And obviously, I would say that there is some merit to looking at what you're doing and saying, hey, how can I help other people? But saying that that's all that you can do, that is where I think the problems come in. And like I've said before, I'm a Christian. I believe, you know, we have a higher purpose. We weren't created on this earth to just be numbers. But yeah, that's all I had to say. Like I said, I wasn't planning on initially this video being like, oh, so serious. But it kind of ended up that way. Kind of ended up being more serious than I was planning. Like I said, I'll try and do something more lighthearted next time. I can't think of what it will be right now, but these video ideas come to me, and then I record them a few days later, so yeah. We'll just see what it comes out as, so yep. That is all I have to say. Goodbye.